Here we are back for episode 18 of the Out of Pocket podcast. And we got some people that haven't been on here in a while, man. To my right.
It's Trixxy, baby. Oh, that was kind of good.
All right. And to her right.
We got Grandma on.
Oh, that went in my nose. Oh. And to my left.
Schuyleries.
No one cares.
All right, we're not doing it.
up.
We're not doing it. All right, you hear me? There's not a need. All right.
No need for it.
All right, we're gonna just start off getting right into it. Trixie, you're caught up. Let's hear about it.
Caught up hard.
Caught
Up till 5 a.m. Oh my god.
It had to be up at like 6:30.
Oof.
Oh gosh, there's not much to say about it.
Why are you caught up?
Okay.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Oh, let's just start off by this. And I'm sure you guys get it too. I'm sure you guys get it all the time. How are you still single? Why are you still single? How have you not found a man yet? Blah, blah, blah.
That answer's easy as fuck. My standards are high as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying too.
I've never asked if I haven't found a man yet.
Okay, shut up.
I think that's cap.
What I'm saying, I know.
Knowing my audience, yes.
No, what I'm saying is though, people are always like, I'm sure you have tons of dudes in my DMs, or in your DMs, blah blah blah, all this stuff. Like, what? No, I'm just saying, like I do, but there's a strong difference between having an attraction to someone and thinking you could have a connection with someone. And so when I find someone that I have a connection with, then it's over. Game's over. And I don't find those people a lot.
Game over. How so? You're caught up.
Like caught up hard,
Caught
like
up
feelings,
hard.
everything. Like
So the craziest part of this, I'm feeling details that people don't know, is how long have you been talking to the person that you're caught up over? And that this connection is so strong that you're up till 5 in the morning?
it's like
A week.
It's like 2
it's been
weeks.
2.5
Miami.
weeks.
It was like Miami.
2.
It's been 2.
Yeah.
Today would be
15.
Today would literally be 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you started talking.
She's caught up this hard after 2 weeks.
I know that's insane, bro.
I know.
My biggest thing is like I can't allow someone to have like control over me.
See,
like
that's
that.
my problem though. Is I normally don't, but
Like,
when
it's
I
just like
find a
wall.
connection with someone, it's hard to not feel this way.
See, I'm like oh, I can't just like, oh, here's the heart. Like, hope you don't fucking crush it.
No,
Like, it's
that's
just like,
that's what I'm.
That's why it's just a wall.
No,
like,
I'm so
always.
scared. I'm literally so scared. Like,
But like you allowed yourself to get to this point.
but it's because I don't find people like this often. I literally do not find people that I have genuine connections with. So it's like once I do, it's like I don't know what to do with myself.
But don't you feel you could have not been so caught up and still had the connection? Like, what does that change? Instead of being so vulnerable, and now you have that person could literally send you one text and ruin your entire day. You've known them for 2 weeks.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I refuse to let someone get that control over me that doesn't deserve that control over me.
Okay, but if I didn't take the risk, like what if like something could actually happen, like good could come out of this.
But like you don't have to be like as caught up as you are.
No, yeah,
You'll still be
100%.
talking.
You're right.
That's just
No,
the point
I
I'm trying
agree
to
with you.
make.
I agree with you.
So why were you up till 5?
He was
Yeah, go
sending her
ahead. Give your reasoning, T.
Oh no.
No, wait. I just when I like genuinely like to talk to someone, I usually don't like to go to bed because I just want to keep talking to them.
And so that doesn't
Period.
sound caught up, but then you said you were caught up, so I feel like you're leaving out some details here.
No, I just genuinely want to talk to him.
Not actually caught up.
Well, like, caught up in the sense that, like you said, the text could ruin your day.
Yeah.
Got a lot of power.
Yeah, that's what it is, bro. Giving people power. I don't like giving people
Yeah.
power. I refuse.
Well, I don't like make it obvious, but deep
But
down,
no, behind closed doors, none of that. Like I refuse to give like anyone power.
I'm not like that.
See, I used to be like that, and all it did was get me caught up.
You can't really control if somebody has power.
Yeah,
over
I
you.
can't.
Yeah, you can.
Well, you
I
can
can't.
control how much they know they have power over you, and you can control how you act, but you can't control if somebody actually like has your heart.
Nah, you can. In that stage, you totally can control. Because it's just what you tell yourself up here.
I guess I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Am I, Schuyler? You're quiet right now. I need to know if you're the same way that I am.
No, I'm the same way as you are.
I was gonna say like fucking. This is actually fucking hilarious. Cause I think I'm very good at like reading a room and like realizing when things are changing, and so I used to talk to that like Elena girl. I would notice, didn't comment as much, and then like when like hit me up as much, and I was like, all right, I guarantee you, like the ex, like baby daddy, it started hitting her back up, and all of a sudden I get one day I get like this fucking paragraph, and I was like, at first I was like, I don't even want to read this, bro. This is way too many words. I think my brain's gonna hurt, bro. Like, I dropped out of school for a reason.
Hey, I didn't know you guys were like talking at one point.
I wouldn't consider it talking to, but it's the only person that I talk to on like a consistent basis. And then text me was basically saying that like baby daddy was back and they're gonna try to work it out, and I was like, all right. In the past, I'd have been caught up hard. I'd be like, bro, what the fuck? I was like, all right, your loss.
I didn't know about that.
That's how I look at everything. It's like your loss. I know what I bring to the table, so it's like it's your loss. If you don't see that this is the greenest grass over here, then shit.
Okay, I feel the same exact way. Like I still know my worth, and I know like if it were to happen where it was just like things ended, then I usually take a day to be sad, and then I'll get over it.
Unless it's taking you one day.
It depends on how long we've like been like. It depends on how long I've been talking. It depends on how long I've been used to actually talking to this person all the time.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
So you think it'd only take you one day right now?
Maybe
So caught up.
Maybe I haven't hung out with them in person yet.
Yeah, that's like I don't know. And like, dude, my trust has just gone like lower and lower, and then like, bro, my fucking Carice has been on the Deuce has been on the podcast. His girlfriend cheated on. I was like, oh nah, bro, I refuse. I was like, yep, back to the streets I go.
Yeah, committing scares the shit
back
out
to
of
the
me.
streets I go.
I didn't know that. I didn't listen to that up.
Oh yeah.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't
Oh,
on
yeah,
this.
no.
It's literally like just happened.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
T.
it ain't the
Damn,
fucking
that
move.
sucks.
You'll be meeting him for the first time tonight, aren't you?
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah.
You nervous?
No. I'm actually not.
I was like, you shouldn't
I've talked
be
to him
nervous.
enough.
I was like, you guys talk all the time. You shouldn't be like nervous.
She's
Most people are the
leaving
same.
I told Monica she gotta come and she gotta get me a country best friend with her, but she's.
I don't want a country boy.
Well, you
not-
don't
she's
need a
not doing
country
country
boy.
boy.
I'm just saying you can just come have fun.
You say country boys.
Why,
not
where
Monica's
you guys
speed.
going? Stockyards?
Red River. You want to come?
Memories,
Oh, yeah.
hell no. Bro, the style, okay. So, what was it, last weekend? Last weekend, I went to my first country concert and
Okay,
went
that
to,
wasn't
like,
a good
the
first
country,
No.
like, area. I don't know. What would you call that?
Yeah, this is like Fort Worth,
Downtown
Texas
Fort
is like the country.
Yeah,
part
but
of
if I go to 7th, it ain't country.
Okay,
No,
well, yeah,
yeah.
that's true. Like Stockyards.
Stockyards.
Is like
It's like very country. And I was like, you know what? I was like, first country concert. It's an artist I don't really know, but I was like, I just want to like, I'll just go people watch. Mind you, I'm on prep. I'm not drinking. I'd give that shit a 6.5 out of 10.
I didn't know you weren't drinking.
Whole night, 6.5 out of 10.
I literally said for you to not come.
Well,
I told
But
Monica.
I wanted to come because I wanted to see, because you guys hype. Oh, yeah, I see people all the time talking about Stockyards this, Stockyard that. And I was like, bro, y'all energy here is whack.
You have to
Ain't
enjoy
nobody
that
lit.
stuff
Yeah.
though. Like
I don't enjoy whack. I enjoy turn.
I would
See,
not.
I don't
I need a
like
bunch
turn.
of Calvets
I don't
running
like
around.
turn. I don't like clubs. I like that.
That shit, I was like, ew, man's wearing a cutoff. Like, let me just rip my sleeves off, throw some overalls on, and some Crocs.
Yeehaw,
and
baby.
step,
Yeehaw.
And stepping. I was like, God damn. I
We
was
love
like,
our
Well,
country
you
boys.
weren't drinking, and I mean, like
I shouldn't need to
I
drink.
know you shouldn't need
Yeah.
to drink, but think about that. I mean, I've heard all of you in here say if you're not drinking when you go out, like why would you go?
Yeah, facts.
I went out all of college without drinking.
Okay, I went out all of living here for the first like 4 months without drinking, and yes, it was fun. But if you're like around everybody else that's drinking and you're the only one that's not, it sometimes
still
can
not as
feel
fun.
like
You can still have fun.
Yeah, but
Oh
like
my
I
God.
lit-
Did
I
I
lit-
not
I
just
literally
say
I
that you
literally
can still
started
have
my
fun?
going out career for the first 4 years of me not drinking a sip of alcohol.
Okay, but
Just
then
always sitting
putting
back.
an environment that you don't enjoy
yeah
with the not
exactly.
drinking, you're not gonna.
I
enjoy.
enjoy country music, but like there was just like no one. Bro, we went to the dance floor. There was 2 niggas dancing. I was like, yo, ain't nobody dosey doing. I was like, what's going on here, bro? Ain't nobody got no energy.
Hey, agree to disagree.
Hey, I'm just saying the energy levels. It was not the move.
Those are my kind of people. That's what I like. to
Hey,
do.
that could be
See,
your
I
kind
don't
of-
like 7th Street. That's 7th
7th
Street.
Street.
I
my
love
shit.
7th Street. You can go out
I
to
wanna
7th Street
be
sober
lit.
and have fun.
Lit.
I wouldn't call myself like I wouldn't say those are like my kind of people, but I'm the type of person that can go into any like environment and have fun.
I mean, I enjoyed it because I got to like people watching. Like I got to see a whole lot of shit I didn't think I was gonna see. I was like, damn, bro, the culture difference. I was like, bro, I could drive 10 minutes and it's a totally different world. I'm in a new, I'm in a new state, but that's definitely not my people because I only saw about 4 of them there. So
It also wasn't like a good country. Like he's a good country artist, but
Like
it wasn't
I think I'd go see Morgan Wallen, but that'd be like, yeah.
Morgan Wallen will not be at the Stockyards. I can tell you that much.
But I think that would be a concert I enjoy because I know a lot
hell
of his
yeah.
music, so it'd be like versus like
Yeah, that'd be different.
I don't know that shit was not the move. But hey, to each his own. I tried it,
There you go. New experience.
and
At least you tried it.
y'all were off your rocks,
We did not
No.
even. We
off their rocks.
We're not
bro.
drinking.
Hold on,
liquor.
mind you, we went
Look
to
at my
Miami.
bag.
Let's talk about Miami for a second. So we went to Miami. Mind you, I'm on prep. I'm 15 weeks out at this point, but I was like, I'm paying all this money. I'm gonna enjoy myself. I think we drank 3 or 3 days in a row.
4. We drank the day we
Thursday?
got there, and then the next 3 days.
I didn't
Oh,
drink
yeah.
the day we got there.
we only had one
That
drink at
night
dinner.
you did.
We had one.
Did
drink.
I?
We just had
What
one
did I
drink
have?
at dinner. That fancy dinner.
Oh yeah, that shit was so mid. I forgot what I
Yeah.
got.
After that, we went on
Yeah,
her
that shit was
live, and we were
ass.
all drinking seltzers.
Oh
and
yeah, so it was like 4 days in a row.
Yeah, that was like 3
Shit is
drinks. I
not
don't even
the
count it.
move.
Yeah, not the move. I mean, taking awake pills, if you know what I'm saying, and then drinking. So everyone was like all burnt out. They're all saying, "Yeah, I'm never drinking again." Then next we get back that night. I believe Trixxy hammered a bottle of wine.
It was either that night or the
So-
next night.
The
It was one of the
next
two.
night,
Yeah.
She what do you call it? A seltzer.
Oh, shotgun.
Shotgun to seltzer, ran a mile, and then the next night we went out, and
Hats
then the
off
next
for
night
that. Hats
we
off for
needed
that.
something
Respect.
to take the edge off from our hangover.
More
So
wine.
Tristan DoorDashed 2 large bottles of wine.
Big ass bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Take you off the edge from your hangover from when?
From
We had a hangover on Saturday. Bad.
Or from Friday when we went out with you at the Stockyards.
Bro, you guys ordered those bottles of wine, what, like Tuesday?
No.
No, she
No.
Literally
ordered them
Saturday night.
Yeah.
That was Saturday
We
night.
watched,
Yeah.
we watched
God,
2
bro.
movies and we didn't leave the couch.
They watched sad movies and drank 2 big bottles of
I
wine.
think I got a concussion from how many times I ran into the wall.
Dude, us hangover is.
Bro, I'll never understand it. I was like, yeah, I don't plan on drinking anytime soon. I'm good for the rest of the prep. They're like, yeah, I'm not drinking for a while. I knew that was cap.
You know
Anyone that ever says that drinks, it's a damn lie. But I didn't think like the following day,
Me either.
right back in their old ways.
Me either. I didn't think that either. I'm just living my life and I'm having fun with it. So.
Hey, you're losing weight. Cuts
Yeah,
going good. Fuck
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Talk your shit.
Yeah,
Talk
you're,
your shit.
aren't you down, what, 8 pounds?
Yeah.
Shout out Trixxy losing weight and shit. You know what I'm saying? Showing that you
Queen
can live
shit.
your life. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
Doing what
I
you
got
want.
so many messages too saying like, "Oh my God, you are the reason this is the reason I follow you because you preach balance and all this stuff." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, sis."
Talk your shit. Damn, bro, this shit's loud as hell.
I know.
All right, man. So we always ask you guys for some questions, man, and the people want to know.
Oh my God.
Bro, you're fucking up hard.
That's my bad. That's my bad.
All right, out of everyone that's, I mean, it's literally fucking, I think 3 girls. People want to know who's gonna be a MILF that's been on the podcast.
Who has been? It's been Trixxy, Mon, and Kalo. Trixxy, Mon, Kalo.
And Bailey.
Oh yeah, and Brenda. Who's gonna be the most likely to be a MILF?
Yeah,
I think Trixxy.
Hell yeah, I knew that was coming.
I said Trixie.
Yeah, I'd say Trixxy hard.
All right, there's been a lot more guys
Come
on
on,
the
you're gonna be the
podcast.
gilf. You're gonna be the gilf.
Oh,
Ew.
okay.
You.
Ew. Had that dusty
Hey, if
coochie.
I'm headed in the direction of my mama.
Mom literally said the other time. No, shut the
What'd you say? Oh,
yeah, Mon.
Shut up. You gotta wipe the cobwebs off.
She said she had to wipe the cobwebs off her pussy.
I'm not in the streets. It was a reference to me. No.
Fair.
Fair.
That pussy a haunted house.
Hey, you know what? It's fine. I'm just not looking for hookups right now. That's what I was
Fair,
referencing.
fair.
I'm not.
But don't ever use the word cobwebs and your coochie is the same.
Skylar said the same thing. He was like, "Don't ever
I was
say
like,
that
Mon,
again."
never say
Ew.
that again. That's disgusting.
Bro.
I was hungover. I was literally still drunk when I said that. Can we? I don't remember doing stuff the morning after.
Mom, I respect it. Thank you, honestly.
Something. I don't know if it's respect. I don't know what it is.
Anyways,
Well, DILF. Because there's been a lot more guys that
Oh.
have been on the podcast than girls. There's only been 4.
Oh my.
Let me think.
Get another question on. Let me think.
It's taking that long?
yeah,
There's
no,
been
dude, what
so
the fuck?
many.
I think it'd be easy. Any of the black people.
Can
Black,
you-
black
can you-
don't crack.
Can you?
It's just all the I
Give
guess
us
all
some
the Rise
examples.
guys.
So all the guys on Rise are local. So you got like David, Zay, Justin, Riser, Steve Prince, Patty, Chase, Jake,
Steve.
Yeah, I was thinking. That's who I was thinking of. Yeah.
Steve, Sky, myself.
But I
feel
think
like
both of you guys would be too. If I had to pick one, though, probably Steve.
Yeah, me too. Steve.
There's someone I totally forgot somebody. I'm
God,
so
how many
sorry.
people have actually been on here?
Nah, there's been a lot.
Mitri.
Yeah, Mitri. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, I love Mitri.
Yeah, I would vote any of the black people. Black people age very, very well.
So do Venezuelans.
So does Well, yeah.
I have no idea.
I love me a good silver fox.
What
What?
does that mean?
What?
See, that sounds like something I would say.
A silver fox?
What is that?
The fuck are we talking about?
God, hold on. Let me look up the definition.
You didn't even know.
It's literally like a guy with like gray
Silver hair?
silver hair, but he's like older.
But attractive?
Yeah,
So, an elderly man with gray hair.
That's attractive.
kind of like a dilf, but with like gray hair. An attractive middle-aged man.
Does he have to have silver hair?
I think so, because an attractive middle-aged man having mostly gray or
At
white hair.
what
If
age-
you guys have heard this term, please comment down below, because this was like a huge term back where I lived.
No,
Definitely a Midwestern thing.
Really?
I haven't heard that.
My
surprisingly.
first ex his dad was like so hot, and we always called him the silver fox. But
Did you fuck him?
Did she want to? I think that's the answer you're looking for.
John, if you hear this, I'm so sorry.
Wait, is John the dad or?
Yeah, the dad.
Hey, John.
Fuck you, Joe.
Oh, Joe, yeah, fuck you, Joe.
John, you know where to find her. If you don't, pay attention to the end of the podcast. She'll plug her IG.
Don't tell your son.
Tell your son.
Or tell your son, yeah.
Is the son valid?
No, that's my ex.
No.
Man, you're caught up. You should have saw it through. You only had to wait another 15 years.
Next question.
You should have played the long game.
Oh God. Do you guys ever do that? Like look at someone's parents, dude? Because I've thought that with one of my exes. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, yo, that shit ain't gonna fly.
Yeah.
I was like, that shit is not gonna fly. Like I can't be doing that.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta hope that skip the generation or something. 'Cause that ain't the move.
I know exactly what you're saying.
I've done that plenty of times.
Or like, oh yeah, mom's bad. She gonna be bad. Run that shit. Or like, damn, like I can only see it through to about 40, maybe 45. And after that,
Have you seen my mom? My mom's beautiful.
your mom is a MILF, I'm gonna be honest.
I know.
And she looks literally just like you.
So you're saying you'd run Mon's mom?
Hard. Respectfully.
My mom's beautiful, and she's on prep.
Is she really? She's competing?
Yeah,
When?
she's going to compete.
She competes May 7th.
Has she competed before?
And how old is she?
What?
49.
49. Competing
shout
for
out
a show,
to
yeah.
Mama Dukes. That's fucking legendary. What happened to you competing?
I'm going to. I just haven't picked a show.
And you haven't told anyone about it.
I know.
So
because
surprise!
I'm
Mom's
surprised.
competing. He said he wanted a shout out.
I know this is my boy
Oh, yeah.
Corey. Hey man, shout out to Corey. Big supporter.
We love you. You need to come to
Hey,
Dallas
hey,
and
you
live
see that?
with
You
us.
see that?
Oh,
What's
wait.
that shirt say?
Yeah.
All right, go.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I've talked to this dude.
Yeah, that's my boy Corey.
Yeah,
Thick
shout out
thighs
Corey.
Save lives,
Big
baby.
thighs save lives.
We love you, Corey.
Corey's a legend.
Yeah, thick thighs do be saving lives.
All right, a lot of people were asking about. Oh, you had something more about you competing?
Oh, I just wanted to say I don't want to announce it until I pick a show.
Well, it's been announced.
Yeah,
Well,
it's,
okay.
it's not been
Surprise,
announced.
everybody. Well, I know, but
Say it
but
with your chest.
Surprise, niggas.
anyways,
All right, bro. A lot of people want to know, like, how do you deal with like self confidence? Like, is it something that you struggle with that you hide very well? Is it something you don't struggle with? Like,
Can I go?
damn. Hey, yo. Sorry,
I get this
I just had a flashback. My bad. Continue.
Which one was it?
I'm telling you, greatest ever do it.
I'm just gonna start because I get this question so much, and I feel like I hide it extremely well because people are always asking me how I'm so confident, and that is the complete opposite of how I feel.
You hide it very well.
I hide it very well.
I know, because I've seen you at your worst. I've seen you at your
Yeah.
best. I've seen both sides. It's like,
And I mean, I feel like Jay and Sky's always around too. Me and Monica, how we always say like, "Oh, we look fat. Like I can't wear this. Like blah blah blah."
you ever want to punch a motherfucker in their jaw? Just like, excuse me.
It's just a girl thing.
It's a girl thing, yeah. And I know it's guy thing, but guys more like, "Oh, I don't look big enough." Girls are like, "I don't look small enough." And I feel like
overrated.
I feel, yeah, well, yeah,
True.
facts. But I feel like with social media, you can hide it so well because you're only posting the highlights of your life. You're not posting. You're not gonna go on social media and post a picture that you think you look bad in. That's just not. It's just. I mean, some people do.
I mean, you can just show like the real side of things too.
You could, yeah.
Yeah, but
Then when I
we'll
do-
visit this after because that was going to be the next question to this.
Yeah,
is
when
the
I
harsh
love,
reality.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like I post stuff online that make me feel good, and I don't want to post stuff online that doesn't make me feel good because I'm afraid of like getting backlash and stuff like that. But I know people would respect it, but that's not what I want to put online. You know,
valid. So what would you rate your confidence out of 10?
I think it's gotten better over the years. I would say probably like a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10.
I would say like the
6.
time that you've been here from getting to Texas to now, it's definitely grown a lot more.
Oh yeah, it was like a 3 out of 10 when I lived in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. No.
FTS.
Tree?
Yeah.
Tree.
Tree.
3 out of 10. Bad. Down bad, dude.
Damn, girl. Come on. How about you? We'll knock the girls out first.
Yeah, we'll
you know?
go
'Cause
ladies
we're-
first.
You know, I was raised, right? Ladies first.
We're
you know?
gentlemen.
We love a respectful man.
Before my breakup, probably like 8.5 out of 10.
So this is you in a relationship, you're saying?
Like when I was with my ex, yeah,
Yes.
8.5 out of 10. Right after my breakup, lowest I've ever been, probably like 2 or 3 out of 10.
Tree.
But now I would say like an 8 again.
There you go.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Feel pretty
queen.
Queen shit.
I'm pretty. I feel
So why?
because like I've noticed when somebody says something and like initially like it's something that would have like triggered me in months previous. Now I'm just like I literally tell myself when people like say something that I don't like, I'm like that's just an insecurity that they have within themselves that they're projecting onto me.
What do you mean? Like when you get like a nasty comment or like
a snarky like comment, or like if a joke like rubs me the wrong way, then I'm just like, nah, like that's their problem, not mine.
Oh,
and then, like
'cause she-
giving them a reaction.
She
is-
got a comment like she did a transformation video and she got
Yeah.
a comment that said I don't see the difference or something like that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that like rubbed her the wrong way.
Yeah.
Of course, as it should, because she's worked so
Exactly.
hard for like the transformation that she has had. So it's like
So like if it triggers me, then I just like take a step back, remind myself that
you're the shit.
that people are insecure and they'll like project that stuff onto you all day to make themselves feel better.
Yeah.
You know. So
talk your shit. Sky, how about you, man? What would you rate your confidence, man, and why?
9.5.
Oh
talk your shit.
I'm so confident in myself and like who I am. It's like
In
people
all aspects, like everywhere.
people either fuck with you or they don't. It's like you just gotta stay true to who you are. Stick with
Exactly.
what you do.
Exactly. Did you ever struggle with it at all?
Yeah, whenever me and my ex first broke up, I struggled a lot with it.
Like how? Okay, when you say like first broke up, what's like the window here? Like what is that? Is that like the first like week? Is that the first month? Is that the first 6 months?
Okay, so when we first broke up, I struggled with it hard the first 3 months, and then I still struggled with it for like 6 to 8 months after. But then after that, I like worked on myself and my body and everything, and I just skyrocketed.
Damn. See, I feel like I got all the validation. And after when any of me and my exes broke up, and boys started seeing what's down the street, around the corner, confidence just ego boosted, even more.
What are you sitting at?
See, I'm about 5'9". My confidence about 6'7", 6'8". You feel me? 10 out of 10. Dude, my confidence through the roof. You can't tell me shit.
Oh, I thought you just said.
No, I said I'm 5'9". My confidence about 6'8". You feel me? You feel me? About 7'2".
I thought you were rating it a 6 or
No,
7
my
out of 10.
confidence. You think my confidence?
No,
is
that's
7 out of
why.
10?
That's why I was
we both were
asking.
like,
No, my
what?
confidence is through the roof, like in all aspects. Like you cannot tell me shit. If you look at where I've came from and where I am now, it's like there's literally nothing you could tell me.
You can tell like you're someone who has like high ass confidence the way you carry yourself and talk and everything.
Exactly. Like I will back up anything that I say. I don't think I'm cocky. It might come off as cocky because most people aren't that confident.
Oh.
Like I'm extremely confident.
The
Yeah.
difference between like being arrogant and being confident is like arrogant people have nothing to like back up what they say, whereas like but they still like put themselves on a like pedestal, whereas like confident people have like built the confidence from like
Sorry.
Damn, T.
from like their
was
past
you?
like backing up what they say, you know?
Wait, that was actually her?
That was, she does that all the time.
She does
I was
all the
here. I
time.
thought it was Sky.
Oh no, that was
Damn,
T.
girl.
Sorry.
She sounds
Carry on.
no, but I'm just saying, like, I heard that one time and it really stuck with me. Like, arrogant people are people who like put themselves on a pedestal, think they're better than everybody, talk their talk, but don't walk the walk. Whereas if you're confident, you talk the talk and you walk the walk. So you're confident because you like built that up and like did that for yourself. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hard.
I mean,
Hard.
that's how. Like, I don't. The whole like, I'm not better than anyone. Like, anyone that's ever come up to me, I always like any fan or whatever. I always sit there. I'll have a conversation with them. Like, people talk about, bro. I was like, bro, we're the same, bro. Just because I have X amount of followers does not make me any better. But best believe, shit is through the roof. It's just like I got no reason not to be confident.
Actually, on the topic of that, I've had like multiple people because like this person with like X amount of followers will hit me up and like I'll just have general conversation. They're like, "How do you not shit your pants?" Because like for me, like the same thing is I see everyone on the same playing field. I don't care if you have a million or if you have like one follower.
Exactly.
Everyone's on the same playing field. No one's greater or worse just based off your status or your following count.
Yeah, and just like there's like putting people on a pedestal. It's just like when I first started like fitness, I used to do that. Like I'd tag certain people because I really wanted them to like comment on my picture to see my stuff. But like,
Oh
now,
yeah, that's
like,
what I used to do too.
I don't care.
Actually, I didn't really care if they saw it. I think the engagement was just
That's
better.
what-
That's why I
yeah.
did it.
But it'd be like I don't know. You get like someone super famous like hit you up, and it's like, oh my god, bro, they DM me.
Yeah.
Like I remember when like Bradley Martin DM me when I was getting sponsored by Rogue. I was like, bro, no fucking way, and I was like freaking out. But now it's just like, what's good, bro? It's just like me and you are the same. Like, yeah, you got you're a little bit more well known. I was like, but you're a human. Just
Yeah,
like
they're
I'm
still human at the end of the day.
You know what I'm saying?
They bleed,
Like,
you bleed.
Exactly, bro. This shit is just like not the move. But like in high school though, confidence was not there. And I think honestly, what has boosted it is like talking to more girls. Not saying that I don't want to say like I put my validation into them, but like being like, I don't know, just more adverse and talking to like different people and female and stuff just helped like so much.
I would
And
say
any
that, yeah.
insecurities that I like personally had, like when I was younger, I used to hate my fucking freckles like hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro. I was like, why am I the only black kid with dots on my face, bro? I was like, and my grandma and my mom would always tell me, just wait till you get older, you're gonna fucking love it. Like all the girlies are gonna be all over you.
Oh my god, I love your freckles.
Ew. If you know, you know. Ew. But then it took until like, I think after me and my first ex broke up, and then that'd be like the number one compliment that I'd get, and I'd be
About
like,
the freckles.
oh shit. I used to hate my smile, like my teeth jacked as fuck. Dentist, never heard of him, never fucking heard of him. But like, it wasn't until like I've had multiple people say, "Oh, you have a really cute smile," and I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I think it's the same sense where you guys are like, "Oh yeah, I look like fat right now," and me and Sky like, are you?
Yeah.
Is this the same mirror? Are we looking at the same shit here?
It's not the same
like-
mirror. It
Hey,
can't be the
I
same mirror.
understand.
It can be. I mean, it's the same thing. Just like when we were out in Miami, it's just like the way you perceive yourself is not how others. I was like, bro, I feel small.
You
Like,
are
I
your
did- I kn-
harshest
no-
critic.
Yeah, like bro, when we were out and we were walking
You
around, I
made
was like,
that good point that like we all kind of stood out.
bro, I didn't feel like I stood out. I'd look at myself and I'd be like, bro, like I don't even look like I lift right now.
I felt like I stood out like a sore fucking thumb, dude.
Well,
I'm not meant for Miami. I can't do it.
Well, when we were walking on the strip at night, that's a totally different story. Obviously, you guys fucking stood out.
I blended in fine.
No, you guys did
she's
not.
dark. She's dark
No,
skinned.
any white girl on that strip,
I w-
y'all stood out.
I blended in. I thought.
I think she
did.
blended in. I think it was my blonde hair.
Mon blends in more than T does for sure.
Yeah,
Because
she
you're
stood
Venezuelan.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it fits more
Yeah,
the
but
like, Miami vibe.
she was like orange, tan as fuck.
But her hair, that's the part that like.
T definitely stands out.
Well, yeah,
You're not,
Period.
you're,
Thank
but not
you.
like stood out like don't belong. I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like you had the tan. If you would have showed up pasty as hell, you know, it might have been a different story. But that wasn't the case.
yeah.
Fair.
It's just like the way you view yourself is not it's not reality.
I just
even though you
came
think
to
it
a
is.
realization.
Oh, let's hear it.
Let's
Okay.
hear it, Mon.
Like I was thinking about it while you were talking, or actually while you were talking about how like your confidence was bad after the breakup, and I was like, why was mine so bad? But I feel like the reason my confidence was so good in my relationship was because I knew at the end of the day I always had that person who loved me, and then when that was gone, like it showed like how much love was like within myself for myself. And that's what I've been like working on building. So now I'm like getting back up there, but I'm confident in the relationship that I have with myself, not with somebody else.
You got to.
Yeah.
Because like when you're in a relationship, hopefully if it's a healthy relationship, that person's going to love you for every aspect of you, the good, the bad, the ugly. Like they've seen you at your worst, they've seen you at your best, they've seen you after a long night, you wake up looking rough, like, and they love you for that. But like if you sometimes like that will replace your self-love. If you don't love yourself, how are you going to like be on your own? You can't.
Yeah.
Like what happens when the person that loves you and is giving you all this love is gone?
I just want to speak out for the people who have been in toxic relationships. And if you are in one right now, you do know, because your confidence level is literally like a 0 or a 1 out of 10. Because when I was in mine, I felt like I was constantly asking for validation from someone who I thought should just give it to me without asking. Like I never got called pretty. He never said anything, never showed me off, never like did anything like that. So like when I got out of that relationship, my confidence level like spiked the fuck up, because I was getting validation from myself. Like with him, like he was always like tearing me down, and then getting out of that relationship after it was insane. So like if you're in a toxic relationship and your significant other is not showing you off or not like complimenting you every day, like wanting to talk to you, like the definition of if he wanted to, he would. And that's so true. And I live by that. So if you're in a toxic relationship, I know it's so hard to get out of, but you need to work on that and get the hell out before it gets too late. Because, I was 9 years with my toxic ex, which is insane. But I don't regret it. I don't regret it because now I know my worth. Now I know what I deserve, and I'm looking for the right person who is going to be the complete opposite of that.
Hey,
So
you got to go through it to grow through it. You feel
yeah,
me?
exactly.
Like, you don't know. Like every relationship that I've had, whether it failed because maybe on my like whatever reason that it didn't end up, I feel like I always come out like with so much more like awareness and just like of like what I actually like want.
Yeah.
So like each time it's just like, okay, I get better and better at like reading people and figuring out like, okay, if people are acting like this is probably why they're doing that. Because like this is definitely like the worst like whole phase. I've definitely talked to the most people in this gap from like my ex until like now. But I've gotten to like, I can talk to someone, like it could take like a day and I could kind of like figure out like where their head is at. Be like, yeah, we're not gonna like click, or like we still might, but like still got the wall up. It's like let's play the field and see how it goes. Yeah. But I wouldn't know any of these things. I wouldn't know these things to look for if I just was one person or I didn't talk to anyone at all.
If you didn't go through it.
Exactly. Like you have to. And the hardest part about being in like a shitty relationship is that you are like blinded.
So blinded. And you think
just
that's
here.
love. You think that's love. And then you get out of it and you actually
tunnel
find real love and it's like, holy shit.
That's your perception of love, because that's all you know.
Attachment.
And it's your standard.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's the only,
That's the
like,
biggest problem is that because even the most like toxic thing, but like everyone's gonna do it. Say like you're in a relationship, you get out of it, and then you go into the next one. You're always gonna compare it to like some of the things that were good in the last one. But for all you know, that last one was a fucking 5 out of 10, and now you're comparing another 5 out of 10. When really you don't even know like what's really out there.
Or it could be an 8 out of 10, but you're comparing it to the 5 out of 10, making it worse.
Exactly. That's why I'd be setting the bar high.
You got to set the bar high.
After me, well, you better find a shooter, someone that could jump.
I feel like a lot of people set the bar high, and then they don't hit that mark, so they'll like start lowering the standards.
That's why, my standards used to be so low. Like,
Some people
yes,
settle.
baby, give me nothing, and I will like fucking respond because it's like that's all I knew. That's literally all I knew.
I don't know why that was so funny.
Just because you're like, yes, baby, give me nothing.
Nothing at all.
That's why I wasn't so into like toxic people, because that's like what I knew. And now
I hate toxic with a
I
passion.
know I'm
Yeah,
done.
same.
I'm so over toxic. Like fucking wife me up and treat me good. That's all I want.
Like any like sort of like little like red flag, like any, like I will
Yeah.
not do it. Pettiness, I will not do. I'm so like anti conflict. So it's just
Yeah.
like anything like toxic, it's just like, or if you're petty, it's like, bro, like
Yeah.
grow the fuck up.
Yep.
I cannot do that shit. Even if someone like I've had girls in my DMs be fucking petty because I then post some shit.
Yeah,
And it's like, bro, who are you? I don't even know your last name. And you're over here responding because I reposted some chick on my story. I was
Yeah,
like, bro,
well,
who do you think you are? Like, who? Like, bro.
Those are the psychos.
I hate that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
or if a motherfucker asks you about like what your rock sign is or some shit, it's like, yeah,
Stay away from the astrology
God,
people.
bro.
Yeah,
Red
none of
flag.
Us are, none of us
Oh,
are
no.
about that
oh
stuff.
God, bro, like I'm a fucking asparagus.
Oh my
yo.
God,
Talk to
what's
me
your
nice.
sign? Bitch, I don't know.
Goddamn virgin or Virgo, whatever the fuck it is.
You are not a virgin.
I am. Says who? Says who?
Says-
He's
Says
celibate.
you on your podcast.
He is celibate.
Says you.
But can anyone prove it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
huh?
Yes,
Yes.
we can.
You can?
Yeah.
Hey, where's the receipt? Did anyone else see it happen?
I
Where's the
heard
receipt, T?
I heard the receipt.
You're wrong.
That is cap. That is cap.
Where's the receipt?
That's cap.
We don't have one.
We don't got videos of her dead on the couch. We definitely got receipts of that.
You got receipts
We
of
were
that.
bumping music and you didn't move at all.
That was cotton ball night. That's when I went out in that white dress.
Money was popping the cobwebs.
No, I meant my dress. But yeah, I think my Gucci was hanging out when we were out.
Oh, 100% yes.
Yeah. Oh my God, bro. Yeah, Monica got us kicked out of
Because
the
Tristan even backed me up. I just decided to run it without underwear
Oh my.
at the club.
You know damn well not to listen to me.
Damn
Damn well.
Damn well.
When Alter Ego T come out,
but
Yeah,
I
you
was
don't.
drunk
I don't know her.
That's the day we drank all day at the pool.
I told you twice.
Well, what did I say? I'd love to know.
You were like, yeah, I will. And then as we're leaving, I'm like, so did you find drawers? And you were like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, all right, fair enough.
I can't believe I told you that. Because I've never done that before. I can't believe I
You
told you
said
that.
you were like, I do it all the time.
No, not with dresses or skirts. No.
Was it more comfortable? Like, I don't know what that feels like.
It was. It felt very like,
You were fucked up. How do you know?
Free.
I don't know. I think
She
I
was
felt pretty
free.
She was free
I,
ball.
know, I,
Wild
felt, I
and
felt
free.
really free. Yeah.
Good memories.
Felt like I could do anything.
Memories do not die. But
Memories. A hangover lasts a day. Drunk memories last a lifetime. Oh, I should have saved that for the end. Damn it. Run it back.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna say at the end.
Dilly,
already
I'll get there when I get there. All right, but going back, you were talking about like the social media, like how, because someone asked like the good and bad or like the ugly part about like social media, and like what I personally think it is that like we not like this is what I personally feel. I don't know if everyone else would agree, but I have the responsibility of like I make people's days with my videos. I make people's day with my content, and I'm like like people say that I inspire them all the time. So like I don't want to come on the internet giving all this negative energy. So regardless of like what I got going on, I gotta fake the smile and like bring that energy to a video. And like I never even like realized like the energy change. And like my ex would call me out on it. She's like you're so much different like on camera. I was like, well, yeah, I gotta put more emphasis on like all like energy. I'm not.
Yeah, you gotta be more
I can't be like, all right, bitches, here we go. Here's the full day of eating. This is what we're doing. Like, nah, you gotta have the fucking like energy and all that. And like people expect like you to be like good all the time. I try to keep it real. Like obviously I have the podcast and stuff like that, and like I've said in like videos and stuff. Like I'll still keep it a buck, but there's still like that pressure. Like all right, like I can't come on here saying like yeah, y'all. I'm down in the dumps. Like at my lowest on social media, you had no idea. When I started TikTok, bro, that was one of the lowest points of my life. No one would have any idea of what was going on behind closed doors. I'm not gonna show that.
That's one thing though. Like with social media, I kind of find like the joy is like you turn that camera on and it just you turn like everything else is just pushed aside. Like you just got to focus on making it someone else's day and like making the best content that you can.
Yeah, it's just being selfless. But like it's also like toxic.
It
Like
can be,
you
yeah.
have to have for anyone out there that's doing social media, you have to have like the balance. Like I come on here, I keep it a buck. I try to keep it a buck on my YouTube, and even I've made TikToks in the past where like on my last prep, I was like, bro, I don't think I can do this, yo. I was like, I am like down. I was like, I'm doubting myself. I was like, I can't pull shit together. Like I'm struggling sticking to the diet. Like you gotta have that vulnerability, and it'll also help you build like your following too.
Yeah,
like, you want a following.
I was gonna say because I posted that video I think you got tagged in it or something too.
I've gotten tagged in.
Well,
so
you got
many
tagged in it, and
fucking videos.
it was
where
like
you're
it was like a deep video, but like because it was like saying how like sometimes I can't sleep at night because of like the things that I think of.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that
yeah.
one, that one.
And people were like commenting, they're like, I would have never known this about you. Like, thank you for posting this. Like, I feel safe here, blah, blah, blah. So you do have to find that good balance of like being a positive energy that people want to go to, but then also being relatable. So when people are going through stuff like that, they don't feel alone.
Yeah, I agree. There's a line.
I want to piggyback off of that because that's gonna like play into what I was gonna say is like the bad side of social media, I would say, is like people don't see a lot of the things. Like we're just projecting the good. So like people draw assumptions like, oh, you live a perfect life, like you have no issues, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
It's like they just draw the assumptions.
Yeah.
And it's like they'll make up whatever they want in their mind, and they don't see like actually what's going on behind the scenes. Or like if you're if
or
you're
like,
depressed, if
we're
you're
like
sad, if you're going through this, or like
posting all these good stories and stuff like that. And I was like, you don't see like some of my roommates like bad sides, like when we're like don't want to talk to anyone at the house, or we're like depressed.
Yeah,
and, like,
you don't know any of that. You don't know like people's
because
like
we don't
toxic
show
traits
that,
that they have that they don't show, but like everyone in like, dude, I got so much tea on so many different people like in the industry, from being in the industry and being friends with a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it's just like you would never know. I'm obviously not gonna share this. It's not my business to share, but like you would never know that this person actually like struggles with eating and has a crazy eating disorder. You'd never have any fucking idea at all. Or you'd never know this person is like battling depression. You'd be like, bro, what? You go look at their content, and you're like, like this person was fucking like crying, bawling last night, just like leaning up against the wall. You'd have no idea.
yeah.
Like no idea.
Yeah.
Like that's just like you don't want to like appear, especially from a guy's perspective. I think this is like one of the biggest things I struggle with, because I don't wear my heart on my sleeve like at all. I'm completely opposite. My sister, my mom, completely different. Heart on their sleeve, like everything. Like I just like most of the time, like even if something's like really off, I might seem like a little different, but like I like very good at like hiding my emotions, because I never want anyone feeling like bad for me, or, like any of that, because that doesn't solve the problem. So I was like, I don't want no sympathy, like nothing like that. That's why I never talk about like my like background or anything like that, because I don't want someone like, bro, you went through all that and you're here, like, bro, I'm so sorry. Like, no, don't be fucking sorry, bro. I don't want your fucking empathy.
Yeah. Sympathy.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Potato.
Same fucking.
Well, I made that, that story post that I made. I made a story post that was like talking about some stuff that I was going through, like just being down mentally. I had so many people slide up. They're like, bro, I never would have guessed that you went through this.
Which one? Where, like the trend thing that I started, the mental health awareness?
No, it was
one?
it was a little bit after. Like I was in the car and like I was just like, my eyes were watery because I was just crying, because it was just like life was getting to me. Everyone's like, bro, I never would have thought that you went through stuff like this, blah, blah. They're like, I have so much respect for you and stuff. Because a lot of people literally will come in my DMs. They just see me as like some pretty white boy that has everything given to him and shit like that. Like that's all they see me as.
Yeah.
They think that I've never like had to work for anything, never had to like work for any, like everything's just been given to me. I was like, damn, that's not the case. But
Dude, that's how it went when I posted like a story of just a picture of me like crying after a shift and like saying like all these things about what I go through, and like the respect I gained for everyone was because like they were like, I never thought you would like share stuff like this, because you're always such a positive like person. But it's like, no, you guys got no idea.
Yeah, bro. With life is it's like the yin yang, like it's a balance. Like,
Yeah.
like you can have all these blessings, but there's gonna be demons that are gonna be there.
Always.
Like always, it's always gonna be there. It's just like how well you get at handling those demons. Like that shit doesn't go anywhere.
I feel like you
Everyone's
just
got
learn
something
to
they
live
struggle.
with it. Yeah.
Hey,
or the opposite side, like there could be a lot of like bad shit going on in your life, but there's that little bit of good in there, and you got to focus on that.
yeah. It's like fucking. I think it was Rayvon versus like niggas scared of their demons, but I make friends with mine. Like you got to make friends with them. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
The things you struggle with, they're always going to be there. Whether it's trauma from your childhood or whatever, that's always going to be there. But you learn to like live with it, and then you focus on like those positive things, and like game changer. When's the last time you cried, Sky? Or I'll even go as far as just like we could do like watery eye. Because I'd have to really, I don't know when the last time I had like tears running down my face.
Oh, watery eye, literally like the other day.
Why?
Because I was fucking sick, dude. I could like, it was so hard for me to like stand and move my body. But like in my head, I was like, you're being a bitch. I was like, I got to get up and edit. I was like, someone.
I thought you were going to say in my head, I'm dying.
No.
I was like, fuck, this is it.
No, because like in my head, I was like, damn. I was like, someone out there needs me. I was like, I can't sit here and just be fucking lazy. Like, someone out there needs me. Someone might be like depressed or like going through what I went through, and like my video could be helping them or like could save them in the moment, like stuff like. I was like, someone needs me, and like that shit just got to me because I was thinking about like what I went through.
Damn. Your guys is going to be hella recent. I already know. Especially you. You're an emotional fucking butterfly.
I'm not that emotional. I'm emotional when it comes to certain things. But I cried 2 days ago in my car.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Why?
Just my dad's birthday is coming up, and thinking about that
Oh.
like fucked me up, and like
Okay.
yeah, so
And they
What
give me
about you,
chills.
Monica?
Well, there was that time in the kitchen with the dog video.
okay, yeah, I bawl at dog videos all the time.
I think if we're getting technical,
girl than
Or military videos, like
Yeah.
the coming home.
Yeah,
video.
the coming home.
I think if we're getting technical, it would have been that, which was like, what was that last week?
That was like a week or two
No,
ago.
that was before Miami. Was
Yeah,
it?
actually it was. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm surprised you didn't cry in Miami.
why?
Did you cry in Miami? I don't think.
I don't think so.
Oh wait,
I feel like
I did cry. I had a panic attack.
Oh yeah, she cried in the Uber on the way to our booze cruise.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you did
my
cry. Okay.
That was me. Like, and
Bro.
I couldn't cry either because we were in an Uber. So I was like,
Nah, it was, dude. I remember sitting there and I was like, I like kind of like turned to tea because I heard it and it wasn't tea, and I was like, bro, what the fuck?
I was so hungover too. Like my anxiety was so bad that
Bro,
morning.
I was like, what is going on?
Dude, me and Mon's anxiety in Miami was through the roof.
like the
my
last
God.
2 days is
I think
so
we were
bad.
drugged or something. I
I think
know.
so,
I can, well,
I think we
I
could've
can't
been.
guarantee that you weren't drugged when you were around me, and you were around me most of the time.
Facts. Maybe that guy.
Well, when
maybe
you
that
fucking
guy.
you did a little dash, you disappeared a couple times. So I don't know what happened in those moments, but
Well, I had 2 drinks at once, so I wonder what happened when I would set that.
you didn't drink them. That's what fucking happened. They fucking sat there the whole
Those drinks
fucking,
were like $25 each.
and you didn't drink them.
The last time you asked that question, I think it was about the crying. The both times I've like said it recent, but before that, the last time was like February when I was caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
trying to
I remember that.
Yeah, yeah, that was a bad situation. What about you, Jay? We're gonna move on from that.
Yeah. What about you? I don't think
know.
Jay cries.
The last time I got like teary,
got
I think
emotions.
it was like everyone's got emotions.
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said I just don't. I just bury it. It's so toxic.
Yeah.
Been through a lot, so that's what I do. Probably like tattoo. Last time I got like teary eyed was like after. One thing that I do, I was thinking about this the other day. How many people have seen you like cry? Like out of like friends, like anything. No one has seen me cry before.
Like
Besides, like obviously, like your mom's gonna see you cry, but like no one
Like,
has
not
like
counting
seen
family.
me cry. Yeah,
Oh,
I
really?
feel like that's hella toxic.
It's just been like a handful of
I
people
feel
for
like
me.
that's like not good. No,
Oh, I
no
feel-
one has seen me cry.
I felt like
I feel like I've seen you. I've
20,
seen you fucking
30,
cry.
40,
I've
50
seen you
people.
cry. Yeah,
I don't care where I'm crying. If I'm crying, I'm crying.
I think the only time was after work.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But you weren't like crying. You were just like watery eyes.
Yeah.
What do you mean? She cried in Austin.
Oh yeah, I did ball. In
Oh, I
Austin.
saw you cry there. Never
Yeah.
mind. Yep.
Yeah, like I don't think anyone. I feel like that's toxic. I feel like it shouldn't be like that.
Everyone's different.
Yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
No, I
different,
don't think
but
it's toxic. It's just what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Cause like I don't know. It's just like I mean, one, I don't cry very often, but like it just has like never happened. I remember being in like moments. I remember getting the text that I literally remember to this day. I was playing basketball before track practice. I think it was my sophomore year of college, and I knew that my grandfather was sick, and like the week before, my aunt had called me saying that like I should probably go like see him, basically saying like we don't know how long it is. And I remember being on the phone, and I just felt like the pressure in my throat. But I remember getting the text while playing basketball, looking at the text, and it said Poppy died. That's literally all it said. And I remember sitting there, and I locked my phone, and I was like, I gotta go. I remember walking home. I ended up getting like stopped, like talking with people. You had no idea anything going on. And I went home, locked my door, and then I lost it. But like, and then I remember even when I went and visited him, it was like, oh, I can like feel it to this day. So like, I hadn't seen my grandfather in a while, and I was used to seeing like my grandfather, but he's in the bed like on dialysis, and like he's lost weight. And I remember looking at him and like the pressure in my throat, it literally felt like someone's fist was in my throat. And I was there with like my uncle, like my cousins and everything, and I was shook. And I like refused to like let it out. In actuality, I should have just like let it out and show like how I was truly feeling. But I literally remember just sitting there just like, bro, what the fuck? Like I'll never get that picture like out of my head. Like in that feeling of like that lump in your throat. Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
God.
like such a distinct
Yeah.
feeling. I know exactly what you're talking
Dude,
about.
it was like,
Yeah.
I was like, because I had like, that I was like, this isn't my grandfather. I was like, and that was like the reality of like, yeah, like your grandfather's gonna be gone. Like that who you once knew is no longer there.
I feel like for you, like especially now, you give off like such a persona that like you're here for this person, like in like a happy, positive type persona. Like it would be harder for you to just like be vulnerable, just start crying like right now.
Oh yeah, it'd be very hard. Like
And I feel like that's what you've built up to, and like that's why no one's seen you cry, like friend wise.
It could be. Yeah, that could be it. I don't think I've been around friends in a moment where I felt like I was gonna cry though. There was one time at the old house I was doing my taxes, and I had like tears of joy running down my face. But I remember like I think I heard someone like walking down the hall, and I was like they might come in the room, and I like completely got it together. And I think it was Zay, and he could kind of see that like something was like a little off, but like not really. And I was like, yeah, bro, I'm straight. But like I don't know. But I think that is a good point because I definitely like. I'm always the person that's there for everyone else.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't want anyone. I don't know. That's so weird. That's like really interesting to think about.
It's okay.
don't
It's
want
okay to be
anyone-
vulnerable, Jay.
I try. Shit. I tell the world my secrets on a fucking podcast. But
Some guys just like it's not that things don't affect you as deeply; it's that your body just doesn't like respond by crying. Like maybe
Yeah.
you're just like one of the like you just don't.
I feel like if I cry, it like gets it out and it helps me.
Yeah,
like,
me
that's how
too.
I cope with things. It's just and alcohol. Sorry,
I was like, you forgot the little
alcohol
asterisk.
and crying. We love that.
I don't know. How do I cope? Shit. That's fuck. That's very like insightful.
Mine's like I'll either fucking cry about it depending on how bad it is, or
And I
I'll
guess
just,
working out.
or I'll just be
too.
like, damn, it is what it is.
That's my mentality, and that's probably like so toxic because it just bury everything.
yeah.
T, I want to know, are you willing to give the little life story or
I was just gonna add on to yours. I mean, there's not much. I mean, I could go on and on about it, but because people were asking me the other day, I posted about my dad, and I said, or some people knew that he had passed away, but some people didn't. So I got a lot of feedback about that.
I
saying,
had no idea
Yeah,
until Austin.
that they lost a parent, and like me posting about it makes them feel like they're not alone and like stuff like that. So I was like, when you talked about getting that text message, I literally remember that night, and just like your grandpa, like with my dad, like in the past, he was on hospice for like 3 months or whatever. He lost like 100 pounds, like lost all his hair, all this stuff, like didn't even recognize him. It was like the saddest thing ever. And then I knew like the days were getting close, and I was at work, and I got the text from my mom texted me and said, you need to come home. And I had like just gotten to work. It was like 9 p.m. I just finished my med pass. And I was like, before that, I was like so happy. Like my coworker, we were all laughing and all that stuff. And she texted me that, and like my heart dropped. I knew exactly what it was. And we were already nurses short. I felt so bad, but I was like, I told my charge nurse, I was like, I have to go. And I like stormed through the hospital just bawling. So that's probably like 100 people probably saw me crying on that night. So I can add to that. But I remember I could barely even drive. I feel like it was like drunk driving. I was like so distraught. Like I could not even see. I was crying so hard. And then when I got there, it was obviously too late and I had to say goodbye. But yeah, I'm not going to cry. I don't want to cry on this podcast.
Oh, come here, T.
I don't want to cry on this podcast.
It's okay.
But I do just want people out there to know that you're not alone. I've lost a parent, and it's the worst feeling in the world, even if it's anyone close to you. I had someone DM me saying they lost their significant other. I think I posted it on my story, and I lost it. I was like, I can't feel your pain specifically,
man,
but I
that'd
know
be
how bad it is to lose a loved one. And I told her, I said, I want to get better, or I want to tell you that it gets better with time, but it doesn't. I think you just learn to live without that person. So anyways, I can't go much deeper into it because I'm not bawling on this podcast, but for a lot of you that don't know, I lost my dad to cancer like 2 years ago. And that was like the first actual like closest loved one I've ever like actually lost before. I've dealt with death before. I mean, I'm a nurse. I saw death all the time. I had a couple friends that had passed away and all that stuff, but losing a parent is just, there's no words to describe it. So, yeah.
Proud of you, T.
Proud of you, T.
I love you, T.
I love
Yeah,
you.
we love you.
Well, I guess.
Illy.
All right, so I don't know. I made a video a while ago when I was gonna move to Dallas, talking about like homeless to whatever, to like dream job. I don't know if I mentioned. So for those of you that don't know, and you guys are gonna have to, if you guys have questions, you need to ask because I need to make sure there's a good chance that I'll explain something and like won't. In my head, I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly what I'm talking about. You guys are gonna be like, what the fuck? Like I don't have either of my parents in my life. I haven't talked to my dad since I graduated high school. I haven't talked to my mom since a little bit before I moved to Dallas. So, like, growing up, it was just me, my mom, my sister, and I'd go and, like, spend, like, weekends with my dad. And for a while, like, and looking back at it now, like, they couldn't keep a home. They'd be, like, I'd be going to new places. Like, I can remember, like, 7 different, like, houses that I would go and, like, stay at, and I'd be staying with them for the weekend and shit. And so, like, every weekend, be jumping around and stuff. And then it got to the point where he moved in with, like, my grandfather and my grandma. It's the grandfather that's on my forearm. And my dad was super into, like, I think in high school, like, he was a great athlete, but then he started hanging around with the wrong crowd. And so he got into, like, the drug life or whatever. And so I can remember, like, when I'd go there for the weekend. I used to love going there for the weekend because, like, I was my grandfather's favorite. Like, I was, like, the favorite child. We would fish. Like, he was closest with me than, like, all the other kids. Because I had a brother, a sister, then I ended up having another brother, like, in the process of when my dad was staying with, like, my grandparents. And I remember going there. And, like, now looking back at it, like, some of the shit that, like, I would see, it just be, like, so out of pocket. Like, I remember he was growing weed on, like, the side of the house. I remember there being, like, weed plants, like, hanging in the house and all that shit. And then, like, over time, like, I'd go there, my brother would have, like, this really nice bike or, like, this electric motorbike, and then all of a sudden it was, like, gone. And, like, or he'd get an Xbox, and then all of a sudden he doesn't have an Xbox. Now he's got a brand new Xbox, but it's, like, the same Xbox. And, like, things would, like, come up missing. And what it was, like, now that I'm older, is, like, my dad would, like, steal from his kids to go sell it to get, like drug money or whatever. And I remember one night, me and my brother were up way later than we should have been. And she's not really like my stepmom, but it's my brother's mom. She comes, she knocks on the door. We were playing games. I think we thought we were in trouble. Everyone knows what this is. Like, you're up late. Parent knock on the door, like, act like you're slumped.
Yeah.
And, like, she's like, "Are you guys awake?" We're like, "Huh?" She's like, "Put something in front of the door so you can hear if your dad comes home." Because he had gone out that night. Who knows where the fuck he was. And I remember, I think like an hour or so passed. We're playing, I want to say it was Fable. If anyone knows, you know what that game is?
Fable?
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
What the fuck?
I've heard of it.
You fucking heard of it.
I used to be a gamer, boy.
On God?
On God.
Yeah, on God.
I
she
feel like
used to
we've
be.
talked about this.
No. All right. Well, we might have to get to that. What? You out all people knew what the fuck Fable was? Or was playing that. My brother had slumped. I had a PSP at the time, if you guys know what that is, bro.
PSP.
Back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy. And then I had like $150 that my grandmother had given me. Mind you, I'm a little ass kid, so $150, bro, I was a millionaire. I could go in the store and get any wrestler I wanted. If I wanted a Hot Wheel, I'm finna buy that Hot Wheels. Well, I had all the money in the world.
You want some candy?
I was gonna take everybody to a nice fancy dinner. You know what I'm saying? So I remember getting this knock on the door, and I heard him come down the stairs or whatever. So I like act like I'm slumped. Knock on the door, pushes the door open. Mind you, we had like the door like barricaded with like a laundry basket. So I hear it slide, and my dad goes, he's like, "Yo, Jerry, you up?" And I was like, well, like acting like I was fake asleep. He was like, "Yo, where's your PSP at?" He was like, my buddy said he can download some games for you. And like I knew that I was smart enough. I don't know how young I was. Like I had to be like under like 12. Like I was like really little, but I knew that like he wasn't gonna take my PSP to go get games. Mm-hmm. And so I think I had the PSP like under my pillow here because I was playing it, and then I had my $150 under the mattress. Why the fuck I put it under the mattress? I don't know. I was a little ass kid, stupid. I remember him searching around the door. Mine just like kind of like dark, and I'm looking. He's searching around the room, looking in the drawer. I remember seeing him lift up the mattress. Like he reaches down, grabs something, he has something in his hand, and then he walked out without saying anything. So I ended up telling my grandfather or whatever, and that like stopped me from going over there for like years. Like my mom was pissed. Like it caused a whole lot of family tension. But I remember being younger, and we would go to the city. I remember this one time like very vividly. To what I think of it today is a fucking trap house. Like I was a little ass kid, and I got left in a trap house, like a drug trap house. And I remember playing cards. I don't know if this dude was a drug dealer. I don't know what the fuck he was, but I'm playing like cards with this dude. I think it was Bones, if anyone knows what that is. And my dad is like gone for like hours. I don't know how well he knows this dude. Like I just remember it being. I remember they had a room with like a bunch of pit bulls in it, some ran down ass fucking house in the city or whatever. And I'm just like, as a kid, I was like, oh, cool, I'm playing this card game. Like, I'm learning how to play this game. Dude's letting me win. I'm having a good-ass time. Hours later, and mind you, this is at, like, night. Like, I'm a little-ass kid up at, like, 12 in the morning. And so Dad finally comes over, or finally gets me. We end up going home. And I remember, like, years later, like, realizing, like, what? Like, motherfucker, you had me in a trap house where you were just, like, I was like, who did you leave me with? Like, did you really trust that motherfucker with your kid's, like, life? And yeah, and then like as I got older, I realized like he would like put me in like all these like crazy ass situations, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? And so I talked to my dad like throughout high school. But as the years went on, it'd be less and less. Like at some point, I'd be over there like every month, every 2 months. Then two would turn into four would turn into like once a year. And then like in 10th grade, my first time smoking was with my dad, which is really funny. It was with my dad, my brother, and then I think like his cousins or whatever. But like in like 10th grade, I went from like being broke with my mom. So we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. My sister lived in the basement. I lived upstairs in a room. My mom had a room. To when my mom got married, like I got to see what being privileged was like. Like my stepdad had his own like construction company. Like we'd have like steak every week. Always would go out to eat like once a week. Like I got like literally like anything I wanted. If I said like, if I text him like, can you grab me this on the way home from work? If I wanted Subway, that was like my big thing. I got Subway. So I went from like hella privilege to like absolutely like nothing. Cause it's like 10th grade. It's spring. It wouldn't be semester. What the fuck do you call it in high school? Is it quarters?
I think it is.
Quarters?
Quarterly.
Third quarter.
Quarters.
Fourth quarter.
First semester,
That's
second
not the-
semester.
No, that's
it's
college.
college. It's
I don't
third
know what
college.
it was. Spring quarter. I don't even know.
No, it'd be
It's
third quarter.
third or fourth quarter, whatever it was.
Yeah, it was quarters.
And my mom had gone down. We had privilege. Like we had a condo in Florida, and we're living in New York. And she had went down there, and she ended up getting sick. My mom had really bad anxiety or whatever, but she got like super sick. And at the time, she had went down there. I was 15 or so I still like don't really know like everything that's going on. My sister's older, who we had stayed with, and she's kind of letting me know that like mom's not like doing so well, and I'm like, it seems like she's doing well. Like I don't really know what's going on. And like she ends up getting like anxiety attack down there or whatever. And there had already been like tension in the marriage already. They'd been together like 5 years, my mom and my ex stepdad at this point. But from this situation, this was like what pushed it over the edge. Like she was down there in Florida, really bad anxiety, like couldn't fly. She was like losing a lot of weight, like really sick, and like my ex stepdad like didn't do anything. He had family in Florida that lived a couple hours away. Never hit them up to go help her. Like thought that she was just using all this money for gambling and all this stuff, and like not actually because like she needed it or whatever. Because I don't think my mom was a waitress at the time, and so my mom's sick in like Florida, and then my sister goes down there to go help her, and she makes like things worse. My sister and my mom are like, I don't know if you guys are like that. You guys argue a lot with your mom?
Hell no. My mom's my best friend.
Okay, so completely. That's how like me and my mom were super cool, and then my sister and my mom would like go to war.
I've seen
War.
friends that my friends have relationships with their mom like that or dad.
War. Like oh my god, like bombs going off because they both have like the same like short fuse. Like I mean, ducks have fucking ducks, so they would go at it. So my sister went down there to make like things better. Ended up making worse. She comes back, and then my sister's telling me like, yeah, like mom's like I don't know if like she's gonna be with like Joe after this. That was my stepdad's name. And I'm like, what? I was like what are you talking about? And then I think like a couple of days had gone by since she was being back, and my mom was obviously in better communication with my sister. She was older. I think she was 18 or 19 at the time. So she's old enough to know like what the fuck is going on. And I remember my sister calling me. I'm literally like laying in bed watching. I think I was watching fucking Minecraft videos. My sister calls me. Saying
good videos to watch.
Great video, bro. That's what got me into it. My sister calls me. I'm laying in bed, like I'm like 15. Sister calls me saying that like mom's gonna get a divorce. Like she's not gonna be with Joe, and like you have to go down there and try to like help her. Just drops the bomb on me. I literally remember sitting there like bawling out, like what is gonna happen? I was like my stepdad was more of a dad than my actual dad to me. So it's just like I was like, what do you mean? Like they're getting? I was like, I thought like everything was like good because like that's how it should be. Like you don't put all the drama in front of like the kids. Like you're supposed to like hide that. So I had no idea like any of this. So I was like completely caught off guard. So I go down there trying to help my mom. That's like I'm down there for like a week and a half. She ended up having to sell her ring, like her wedding ring, for money because we had like no money. I ended up getting her back, and we're staying in like a hotel. And then like a few weeks later, we moved like 20 minutes away from or like 30 minutes away from where we lived. And mind you, I'm still in like school. So I'd missed like a couple weeks of school. I think part of it was during like spring break. So I missed like a week and a half of school. And now I'm living 30 minutes away from my school.
Yeah.
And like my mom is like not like mentally there. And I remember my coach would like drive me home after school, after like practice and stuff, 30 minutes out of the way because he kind of like knew what was going on. So we went from like hotel to this little like 2-bedroom apartment. And then through like the divorce settlement, we got this nice townhome back to where I was going to high school. And it was like so, dude. I was like, I'm living. I was like, I had my own room and a gaming room. It was like 3-bedroom. Was just my sister. I think was living with her dad or whatever. So I had my gaming room. I had my room. Like I was like, bro, this is life. My mom just had the master. That's all she needed. And so this goes into like junior year. We're living in this place. It's like walking distance from the school. Mom is still like a little shaky. They're still like settling like stuff and like she's trying to get like as much out of it as she can. I ended up like tearing my ACL this year playing football, like my third or fourth game. And my mom's mental still like had like never settled. And I remember she had gone down. She was hanging out with just like, it was just hella weird, bro. Like she'd be hanging out with like dudes that weren't that much like older than me. They were like, my mom's like 40 something. And she's hanging out with these dudes that like graduated like high school like 2 years ago. And like, they're doing, and she's into like all, like she's promoting these dudes' mixtapes, like bro, like completely like what the fuck is going on? And I was just like, and I was like, she's hanging out with some weird ass people, and they'd always be up in their house. But like I was just gaming, so I would just fucking put my head down. I'd just be upstairs playing Madden, cursing at the fucking TV, just like having a good old time. And she ended up going down to North Carolina or South Carolina. Where's Charlotte? North Carolina? Or is it South Carolina?
I think Charlotte is North Carolina.
North Carolina. She ended up going down there and leaves me in the house for like 2 weeks. There's like no food there. Like she said she was coming back to me, but like after talking with like my sister and like third party, like she had told my sister that she wasn't coming back. Like, and I'm literally in this house. Apparently, like the water was gonna get shut off. Like to the point where I remember sitting in class, like at school. Like I struggled with school already. Like I was a terrible fucking student. And I get called out of class to go to the principal's office, and I walk in the fucking room, and it's a CPS officer. And they sit down, and they're, like, interrogating me, asking me all these questions about, like, my mom and, like, the shit. And I'm like, bro. And mind you, I went to, like, a white-ass school. And, like most people there were, like, very well off. Like, everyone got a car when they turned 16. Like where I grew up was, like, where life was worth living. So, like, it was, like, a very, like, nice area. So, like, troubled youth or like the ghetto, like that was like unheard of. Like anything like that, it was like super unheard of. I remember getting called out of class, and then they end up showing up to the house. My sister's there. She's like pissed off. They're asking me all these questions. I'm like, everything's like good. Like me at like 15, 16, I'm like, yeah, I have to spend my own money and like I'm ordering food every day. But bro, I have the whole fucking, I feel like an adult. I have the whole house to myself. I didn't know on the back end that like the water was going to get shut off. All this crazy ass shit. Because she met some chick down there or whatever. She ends up coming back. I think she hopped on medication when she came back. Everything was good. You fast forward some years. We moved into a single-bedroom apartment. I'm now in college. So I lived all of college. I lived in a 1-bedroom apartment with my mom. So when I was at school, if I came home, I'd stay on the couch. She'd have the bedroom. And then during the summer, my mom would give me the room, and she'd move all her stuff to the living room. This place is like 700 square feet. Like it's like nothing. Like the apartment is barely bigger than my room and bathroom now that I currently live. It's probably like small. 2 of my bedrooms and like a bathroom. Like it is like a really small apartment. And she'd always, and like that was like one of the most like selfless things. Like 'cause she'd always give me the living or the bedroom, because I had a girl at the time. My ex fucked that bitch, but she'd give me the room when I would stay there for the summer, and then she would just like. She'd have all of her stuff like in the living room, and then we would reverse it when I left. And like everything was pretty smooth. You know, you fast forward all the way until my senior year or my 4th year. It wasn't my senior year because I didn't fucking graduate, but my 4th year of college, COVID fucking hits. My mom was a waitress. Obviously, you're not going to be a waitress anymore if you're not like if COVID's going on. And mind you, this is COVID in New York.
Yeah, like
so
they're strict about that shit.
Shit got like locked down, and now I'm living in the closet in fucking Buffalo. That's a whole nother how I got into that situation. But I'm staying out there, super toxic environment, living with 5 fucking sorority girls, and like trying to be like on my shit and make my life better, and all these girls could give a fuck about anything except for fucking running some shit under their nose or like, let's get fucked up this weekend.
Yeah.
And so COVID hit, and my mom being around, like my sister lived in the same apartment building, and I have a niece, and apparently she was like driving my mom like a little crazy with like all like she'd want help with this, help with that. And then during the pandemic, everyone got like $700 a week. My mom made $14,000 a year, give or take, a year. So like she was getting $700 a week. Like that is way more money than she was like ever making. And so I think like a month went by into COVID. She had saved up some money, and she wanted to go to North Carolina to visit that friend when she had that like falling out like 2 years prior, where the CPS was called and all that. And so she plans this trip. I remember she came and saw me in Buffalo before she left. Everything was good to me. My mom always hid. Maybe that's why I hide all my emotions. My mom always hid everything, like from me. My sister would get to see stuff, maybe because she was older, but by this time I'm like 21, so like I was well aware. But like she hid, like everything seemed perfectly fine. That like nothing was really going on. Like she was just going down. She had it all planned out to visit her friend. It ends up I think it's a 12-hour drive, North Carolina from Rochester.
Yeah, it's something like that.
So it's really like one day. She wanted to split up in two. It ended up taking her like 4 days to get down there for whatever reason. So that was like the first red flag that was something off. And she ends up trying to stay with this friend, and like shit hits like the fan. She gets in like a big argument, and the girl like kicks her out. And at this point, my mom, I think she had stopped taking the medication. So like screws were starting to get loosened, and things were getting like hectic. And if anything like seems out of place right here, because this is like trying to remember all this, because this is March 2019, all this happened. She goes down to North Carolina. I'm like spring semester. It comes spring break. I come home, and my mom goes down there, and like shit hits the fan. My mom literally like loses like her mind. She ends up like freaking out on her friend that was there, or I think the friend that she was staying with needed her to pick her up, like she ran out of gas or whatever. My mom never showed up. And so when she finally got back home, like hours later, she freaked out on my mom. She was like, you got to get the fuck out of here. Like, all you're doing is sitting up here, up in my crib, and like I needed help, and you didn't even come to help me. And so I remember my mom calling me like that night, trying to get to a hotel. And like this is like the first time when I like knew things were wrong. She's on the phone with me. She's listening to the like the GPS. She was like, this GPS is wrong. She was like, it keeps telling me to make this turn. Like, this is not the turn. I was like, Mom, it's fucking GPS. Like, this shit has to be right. Like, if you put in the location, like, you just got to follow it. And she kept talking about how she wanted to go to, like, the laundromat and do all this crazy shit. And I was like, bro, just, like, go to the hotel. Like, you got kicked out. I still didn't know quite the severity of it. But I was like, bro, just listen to the fucking GPS. And she would be listening to music. She's like, can you hear this? Like, putting the phone on speaker, like, listen to radio. Does this music sound right? It's like, and I'm like, what is she talking about? Like, she is going, like, absolutely, like, insane. And then I think it was, like, Thursday, over, like, the next, like, 2 days, like, I would just get calls, and, like, she would just be, like, going on these rants where it's like, bro, you're not even, like, speaking English. Like, you're just, like, going, like, absolutely insane, saying that, like, none of the music sounds the same. She really liked Rod Wave. She's like, Rod Wave doesn't sound like Rod Wave. Like, I think my speaker's broken in my car. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is she talking about? And after, like, talking with my sister, she's like, I kept getting texts, like, is Mom okay? And I was like, I mean, like, yeah, I think she's okay. She seems like she's, like, drunk. Like, she's talking retarded, but, like, she seems good. And I keep getting texts from, like, family friends, like, you need to check on Mom. Like, she only talks to you, like, make sure that she's good. I was like, bro, my mom is, like, fine. Like, she's down there. She doesn't want to fuck with you guys. That's why she's not hitting you up. Meanwhile, I didn't know, like, what was actually going on. And so I remember getting a call from, like, a random North Carolina number. And I knew she was in North Carolina. And this after she had gone crazy. And I'm like, normally I don't answer any phone calls that aren't, but I was like, it's North Carolina. I'll answer it. I was like, hello? It was my mom. And I was like, why are you calling? Where's your phone? She was like, I threw it out of the window. I was like, huh? She's like, it was being stupid. It wasn't making any sense. I threw it out the window. I was like, your X amount of states away, you're across the country, and you threw, like, our only communication with you, like, out the window. She had an old phone that was basically an iPod, so, like, it would work on Wi-Fi. I was like, where are you right now? She's like, I'm at some, like, marina. I'm using Robert's phone. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is Robert? She was like, I don't know, some gentleman here that let me use his phone. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, you threw your phone out of the window because, like, it wasn't playing the right music. It wasn't sounding the same. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Later that night, we get a call from, I don't know if it was an ER or what it was, but my mom had checked herself in. I think this is like Friday. She checked herself into like an ER or something. And we get a call from them saying that she's there. I'm like, okay. I was like, all right. I was like, send me the address. And me and my sister, like, from the first phone call, like, how do we have to, like, go down there to get her? Like, she doesn't have a phone. She doesn't have that much money. I was like, what? Like, she's clearly losing her mind. Like, we need to go get our mom. And so, do all that, and fucking the ER place calls us. I'm like, another North Carolina, another animal. So I answer it. She's like, yeah, I'm here with, it says my mom's name. And I was like, so she's there right now? She's like, yeah, she checked herself in about like 10 minutes ago. I'm like, all right. And so I was like, what is the name of your place? I write it all down. We search it up. Me and my sister plan a trip to go down there and try to find my mom. We're thinking that she's at this ER. I don't think it'd be a mental hospital. I don't think you just check yourself.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what it was. To be honest, I don't remember. But I remember us planning this trip. And mind you, I'm like broke at the time. Like it's not like now we're like, all right, if I got to spend $1,000 on this trip, like, you know, it is what it is. So I spent so we planned this trip, and the goal was it was just going to be me going down there. And my sister decided to come. And mind you, this is Friday night, all this happens. My niece's birthday is Sunday. Like, my sister's daughter's first birthday is Sunday. That will come into play later. And so it's Friday night. We plan this trip that we're going to leave, like, early in the morning, like 5 a.m., and send it to North Carolina to try to find our mom. And we have one location of the marina that she was at, and then at this hospital that we think that she is at. And so we planned this trip. I think I got up at like 4. I don't think I slept at all. I slept like half an hour. Get up, get on the plane. We end up getting there at like 9 o'clock in the morning. And then we call. Well, we went to what we thought was the right hospital. And we like, do you have a patient under the name of so-and-so? And they're like, no, we don't have anything on our system. So I go back, check. It was the wrong fucking place. So we're being fucking idiots. So then we call the place that called. I called the number back. And I was like, yeah, is so-and-so still there? And they were like, no, they checked out at like 9 o'clock the day before. They had called us at like 8:30. I was like, she was there for like 30 minutes? So now we are in North Carolina, me and my sister. We have no idea where our mom is. And she's obviously like mentally like ill, trying to find her. We spend the whole day searching for her. Like, we're driving up and down the street where the marina was. We're trying to, like, think of, like, all right, she really likes Dunkin'. Like, she might be getting coffee. Like, trying to go to, like, all these places where we thought she was, because she's got, like, screws loose. And so my sister, like, it finally clicks in her brain after, like, hours of searching. And after we've called the police, we put in a missing person report, because she's in North Carolina with a New York plated car, and New York plates are bright yellow. So we're like, all right, like, that shit's gonna like stick out. Like, we let the cops know it should be super easy to find. We're like calling all over, trying to figure out, like, all right, should be a Dunkin', should be wherever. And we're literally at the gas station. It's like 100 degrees too in fucking North Carolina, and we're like used to New York or whatever. And we're sitting there like pissed. We're getting like super antsy, aggravated. None of us have a lot of sleep. And she's like, wait, I have her, like, I think it's a net spend card. So it's just like, it's like a debit card, sort of like preloaded. And she was like, we could track her transactions. And so we pull that up, and we kind of get like where she's been spending money, and it's on this one road. And we start like, we have the notifications on, so we're tracking transactions. So we get a transaction that she had went to Burger King. We get there, it takes like 20 minutes to get there. We're looking around, nowhere to be found. And we're like, all right, what the fuck? And the goal was, I don't know why in our head we thought we were going to find her like that day and be able to drive back, like, and it'd be like perfectly, like, perfect world. Like, we're literally in North Carolina and we have no idea. Like, we know it's Charlotte. Our mom could literally be anywhere. Day goes on, we're searching. We end up getting a hotel. And it's like I think it's like 8 or 9 o'clock, and we're like defeated as fuck. Like we have no idea like what to do. We get a transaction that she used the ATM at this gas station, and it's now like I think it's like 10 or 11, and go to this gas station. It takes like 20 minutes to get there from like the hotel. We get there. I'm asking the gas station person like, bro, do you know if like did you see a crazy white lady here at all? Like you had to have seen her. Like, there's no way you didn't see her. And they're like, no. I was like, no one came in and used the ATM. You guys can't check the footage. And they're like, no, like we didn't see anyone. And I'm like, bro, what? It's like, actually, I can get the exact time right here. So yeah, this is at like midnight. And so after this, we're sitting in the car, and I'm like absolutely defeated. I'm like, I have no idea where my mom is. I end up tweeting that my mom is missing, and it like pops off. Like, it's got 11,000 retweets. Because I like, at this point, I was like, I don't know where, like, my mom is. Like, I don't know if she's good. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, there's no way for me to, like, no. And I was defeated. I was like, what else am I supposed to do? I've seen people do this before. I was like, it's not going to hurt. I was like, I didn't want people to know my business. But I was like, I got to put that aside to, like, this could, like, potentially, like save my mom. And so I tweet that out. It starts popping off. I got people texting me that, like, bro, dude, I'm so sorry. Let me know if you need anything, like all that. We go back to the hotel. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. My sister's phone goes off. My mom calls her on Snapchat and says, like, she's in, like, some parking garage. Mind you, I answer, and she keeps saying my sister's name. I'm like, no, it's Jason. She's like, hey. I was like, no, it's Jason. Like, it's me. I was like, where the fuck are you? Mind you, I have gotten, like, 2 hours sleep. We've been looking all over all day. And all this is because she decided to toss her phone out of the window. And so, like, I'm aggravated. We're both, like, very on edge and pissed off because it's been all day looking. Like, we've been searching nonstop, and it's like, this is, like, there's no need for this. Like, why are we doing all this? So we get the fucking location. She tells me where it is. My sister's, like, knocked. I get in the car, the rental car. I pull up to this, she's in, like, some paid parking garage. So I'm like, great. This is probably going to be, like, a $100 charge to get her out of here. Who knows how long she's been. I pull up to the car. The trunk is open. Door's wide open. There's throw up all next to, like, the driver's seat. My mom is standing there, and she's lost. She's been gone, like, a week and a half. She's lost, like, 20 to 30 pounds. Like, it does not look like my mom. So, like, I'm like, yo, mom. And she turned. Dude, it was, like, like, that's another image that I'll never, like, get out of my mind. And she, like, turns to me, and she starts, like, bawling, like, hugs me. And I was like, come on. I was like, get in the car. I was like, we'll come get this tomorrow. Her car had died. Windows open. The fucking, I don't know what you call it, the lever that you use to, like, do, like, your windshield or whatever. She had broken that off for some reason. And she got mad, probably the same reason why she threw her phone out of the window. So the car's dead. So I'm like, come back. I was like, we got a hotel. I was like, you probably haven't showered. Like, she's just been, like, one and she's probably haven't showered. Like, get you a shower. You know, we'll get you in, like, some clean clothes. Like, and so on the drive back, like, just her, like, talking to me. Like, I'm like, tired. I'm pissed off. And she's just, like, not making any sense. Like, she's going on these rants. She's talking about, like, oh, yeah, we got to, like, walk around the city tomorrow. And in my head, I'm like, walk the city, bro. We need to fucking go home. I was like, I can't afford to just live here in a fucking hotel. I was like, get her back to the hotel. It's like 3 in the morning now. Like I said, my sister and my mom, like, bash heads. And when the first time she, like, kind of lost her mental in Florida, my sister went down there and made it worse. So I was telling my sister, I was like, you have to be very careful on what you say because you're going to say the wrong thing and it's going to trigger her. And she's going to get into a big argument. So I finally convinced her to shower. She gets out of the shower. She's talking with us. She's talking about, like, these, like, I can't even, like, repeat them. Like, I just don't. It's just, like, it just did not make sense. Just talking about these stories, how she was in the back of an ambulance, like, all this, like, crazy shit. And I'm like, yo, what is she talking? I was like, yo, she's really, like, out of her fucking mind. And my sister, I forget, she said something. I think she said something about, my mom was like, yeah, like, so, are we going to, like, walk around the city tomorrow? And my sister kind of snapped. She's like, no, we're going the fuck home. And my mom, like, lost it. They get in a big argument. My mom storms out of the room. Luckily, all her stuff was still there. But she storms out of the room, like, out of the hotel. She's out front. So I was like, all right, I got to be the one to go get her. It's like 5 in the morning. I go out there. First time I walk out there, she's, like, talking to somebody. Like, she's just, like, ranting, like, going off. And I walk up, and she's not talking to anybody. And so I finally calmed her down. It took her, like, an hour and a half to calm down. And so I get her back in the hotel. she's sleep. I like didn't sleep at all. Like my sister's in one bed, my mom is in the other bed. I'm literally in the chair that's always in the hotel, like upright, just making sure that she doesn't like get up and take off, because she takes off again, we're gonna have like no idea.
Same problem.
Literally the same problem. You have no fucking phone. We're in a city where we don't know anyone. I was like, you're fucking gone. And so the game plan was, in the morning we were gonna go get my mom some clothes from Target, because she had been wearing like the same clothes like outside, like not eating, like they're dirty as fuck. Then we were gonna go try to jump her car because the battery was dead, in hopes that we can get it started. And so like first thing in the morning though, we call the police back and let them know that we have found, like when you have a missing person, you got to let them know once we find it. So they send an officer over. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning to check to see, like if she's actually there. They come up in the hotel. She's still knocked out. He sees her there. He's like, all right, cool. And so we leave when like he leaves. And so we go to Target, we get clothes, we go get jumper cables, and then we come back. And the officer is like still there when we come back, but he's like posted up to the side. And our mom is like pacing back and forth like outside, having a full-blown conversation with no one at all. With her just like ranting. And so we go up to the police officer, and he's like, yeah, like she's been out here like the whole time. And he had sent us to like the courthouse to get some like, there's something like some mental health arrest thing that you can do, or to get like custody over someone that has mentally lost it. But the fucking courthouse is closed. So we go up to him, and he's like, yo, like you sent us there and the shit's closed. He's like, yeah. He's like, my apologies. As soon as I sent you guys off, I remembered that like the shit's not open on Sunday or open on Saturday. And I'm like, bro, he was like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. He was like, I'm gonna call like the ambulance to come here, and you can look to see like if they can deem if she's like mentally like unstable, and if she is, then we can do like a mental health arrest. He was like, I don't know if it's guaranteed, but like it might help. He was like, I've been sitting here and she's been walking back and forth for an hour, just like talking to like no one. And so we have to like check out of the hotel. So my sister's in charge of getting all our stuff. I'm outside talking with my mom, and all of a sudden the fire truck pulls up, and she's like, who are they here for? And I was like, they're here. I was like, oh fuck, here we go. I was like, they're here for you. It's like, what do you mean they're here for me? I'm fine. And so the fire department, like I don't know if it was who it was, one of them, the firefighters come up talking to her.
Can we interrupt to try some energy drinks?
Yeah, if you want. All right, we got a pause on the story. Just don't stand in front of that. All right, we're trying energy drinks mid podcast.
What do we got?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Can't say what it is.
Oh, is it a new flavor?
Yeah.
I haven't tried any of them. Like,
Me either.
thank you.
It's like vodka. We love that.
Oh shit.
All right, well, cheers.
A little energy boost.
We get to guess it.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wow. I think
I have no idea what fucking flavor that is.
Wait.
I know what it is.
It's a ring pop of some sort, I feel like.
Well, it's not a distinct.
It's like super subtle.
It's a new movie. It's a movie collab.
Oh, it's probably the Jurassic World, if I had to guess.
Don't
But you
say.
told me to guess.
That's really good. That's
It's a
fire.
fruit punch type.
I was gonna say fruit punch. That's yeah.
This is another
Oh,
one.
yeah, that is what it tastes like.
I was like, I
Same thing,
can't.
just a different version.
Hold on, let me clear the palate.
I think I like the first one better.
Wait,
Permission?
The first one has more flavor.
Does it?
it tastes. I think the
There's
first one
carbonation
overpowered.
variants 'cause their hand.
Yeah.
Their hand
Oh.
out, so.
First one.
Tastes really good though.
I like the second one's like first taste, but like the aftertaste is a little for me. The first one I think is
I think
smoother.
the first one.
Is way
They're all
smoother.
You guys
good,
finish
though.
your thing. Sorry.
All right, no, you're good. Thank you for letting us try
All right,
them.
we got a special guest appearance
Thank
from
you,
the
thank
GOAT
you.
himself. Hey man, let's talk about it.
So bad.
You want to go pee?
No, you can just.
You can
finish
go
it.
pee. and
I
come
don't know
back.
where I was.
You were
Oh,
at the part
oh
where
yeah,
the
ambulance comes up,
ambulance was-
talking with her. They end up getting in like an argument. And she storms off, like just like literally just starts like walking down the street. And they basically tell us, like long story short, they're like, we can't do anything. Like she's still like mentally like there. And me and my sister are like, are you fucking retarded? I was like, she's literally lost her mind. Like she's sitting here talking to me like, that is not my mom. Like I don't know who that is. And they're like, yeah, there's like nothing we can do. And we're like, well, what the fuck do you want us to do? Like we can't live in a fucking hotel. I was like, we're from New York. Like we need to go back home. And they're like, you might just have to leave her here. And me and my sister are like, bro, what? I remember calling like my best friend. Same thing with like the fucking like the fist in my throat. And I was like, bro, like it was the only person that I had like up to date on the situation. I was like, what am I supposed to do? Leave my mom here until she does something? Like she's lost her mind. So what do I have to wait for her to hurt someone, her to hurt herself, or her to end up dead before like we can like do anything? I was like, she's not like mentally good. I was like, there's no like fucking way. And so fast forward through like some detail, we end up having to leave her down there. And we went and got her a minute phone so that she could stay in contact with us. In the meantime, while we bought some time and figured out like what the fuck we're gonna do, because you can't force, like she has rights. Can't force her to come home. And so this is from like March 23rd on. And my sister ended up missing her daughter's first birthday because we were in North Carolina. Like that to me, like still to this day is like, I feel like so bad for that situation. Like, bro, that's your daughter and you missed the first birthday because of like all this shit going on. And so like fast forward a little bit, she's like stayed in contact with us like a little bit into like later into the spring. She ended up getting like a new phone, and there was like a glimpse where like I thought she was getting better. And mind you, I would send her money on Western Union. I spent so much money that I did not have. Just I'd put her in like a hotel because I didn't want her on the street. I'd send her money for Western Union so that she'd have like money for food and stuff. I got to the point where like I thought it seemed like conversations were like starting to get like normal. She's still down there doing I have no idea what, but she's still getting paid from New York. And so I'm like, things are getting better. She says like to go move out all of our stuff out of the apartment. And mind you, I'd moved out of the closet. Shout out to Carice. He let me stay in his apartment because I needed to get out of like that environment. That environment was driving me crazy. And I still had my home like back in Rochester. And so my mom tells me to go move out of there so that she doesn't have to keep paying that because she'd save an extra like $700 a month. So me and my boys go and move all of our stuff out of that old apartment into like a storage unit out in Buffalo, which is like an hour away. It's where I stayed. And like I'm thinking like things are gonna be good. Like she's got a plan for like what she's gonna do. She's saving money here. And then like things all of a sudden start progressively getting worse and worse. Caught up text. Things start getting like worse and worse. I remember one day like or like the first month, she paid the first month of storage, and like over the next 3 months I had to pay every single month. And I was like she would like never pay. And I was like, and I was spending, I think in total I spent like $5,000 on this whole project. $5,000 that I didn't have. Like, mind you, I'm at this point, I don't have a home. I don't have an address. Like, all my mail's still going there, but I don't live there. We don't pay rent there. I'm staying in a friend's like fucking apartment. Like that is my home. And so like I'm like, okay, like we have the next semester coming up. I'm staying in Buffalo. I need to save up so I have money for an apartment. I'm getting paid all this money that I wouldn't normally have from unemployment because I'm not working. I was like, I need to fucking like save this shit, but I'm dishing out all this money. And she would call me and like my whole mood would change and she'd like freak out. And like, it was just like, my mental was just like declining. And this is why I say like, you need to save yourself before you save someone else. If you drown trying to save someone else, it's pointless. Mm-hmm. That's why like when the plane's going down, you put your mask on first before putting someone else's mask. Because like in the first period of it, I was the only one helping. My sister was like over it. They had like gotten plenty of arguments. My mom had said some really nasty things over it. And then I was helping. And then it got to the point where my sisters came back around, started helping. And then I got to the point where I was like, I'm going to drown, like trying to help you. I was like, you don't want to like help yourself. Like I can't keep spending all this money. And it got to a point where I like cut my mom off. Like I just stopped talking to her. I have like voicemails after voicemails after voicemails from her in text. And then like, I just like did not talk to her like.
And that was like a year ago?
This is like June 2019.
Oh.
Like, and actually, I think it was in the fall that I ended up like, all right, like I'm not talking to her at all. She tried to like call me, and like crazy things happened. Like in the meantime, like she ended up catching like some felony charges for like fake prescriptions. She ended up in jail, like all this crazy stuff. But I was just like, I just had to like cut that tie off because I couldn't fucking, like I couldn't handle it. Mind you, like my social media is blowing up. Like I'm starting to get something like going for myself. So I don't even like text my mom back. I don't ever answer any of the calls. And eventually she kind of gets it and stops. And fast forward into like being down here a whole year, didn't talk to her at all. We went out, or I came over to your guys' house in January. I don't know if we went out or whatever.
Oh, for my birthday for the movie?
Was it for that? I don't know. Did I go to your house first? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we played that game.
It might have been that, but that was the first time talking to my mom in like over a year and a half. I talked to her on the way there. And now she's back in New York after like being out of jail down there, being like homeless, living on the street. But like she's like, I had a conversation with her, and it was like the weirdest conversation like ever. Like it was like, it just like, it was
She's
just
good now, kind of.
not
Like,
really. Still like bad. Like, and I talked with her. Like it took me a while to get to the point where I was ready to like allow my mom like back into my life, and I felt like I could handle that. Like I was good enough on my own. I was like, I'm doing very well for myself. My mental is super strong. I was like, because for a while I was like, I can't handle that. Like I can't handle like what problems you're gonna shed onto me, because like then I'm gonna be like, all right, that's my mom. She was there for me. I got to do all these things, but like I can't. And so like that night we had talked, and I was like, yeah, like you can call me. Like, and it was like super awkward because like she's gone like super down. She still follows me on social media, sees all this stuff, but like she's just like, she doesn't have like anything going for her or anything, and like she knows that she burned a lot of bridges, and she feels like super sorry for everything she put me through. I was like, it's fine. I tried to tell her like it's fine. It's like whatever. You can't change it. I was like, all that matters now is that like you're good. I was like, trying to, and then it was just like me just talking about myself the whole conversation. It was like a one-sided conversation. Like she didn't say really anything. It just like, even though that's my mom, it still wasn't like my mom. Like that person is like still like not there. I was like, yeah, you can like, you can like talk to me like anytime. I was like, call me tomorrow or something. She's like, yeah. I haven't heard from her like since. She hasn't texted me.
So same
hasn't
thing.
hasn't done anything. And I was like, all right. I was like, I felt that because for the longest I wasn't. I was perfectly fine with like, because I'm like my dad. Like I could get the text. Like I got the text a while ago that he was in the hospital, with something, syphilis or something, or potentially syphilis. Syphilis like life threatening, right?
Syphilis is an STD.
No, what I'm thinking? I don't know, some like fever thing or something. I don't know. It
Sepsis?
Oh, sepsis.
I could have been that, but it was something where like it was like
Get an
life
infection.
threatening. Yeah, I got a text from my aunt, and I was like, all right. I was like, just keep me posted. Like, it actually like did not bother me like at all. And like for the longest, I wasn't gonna like reach out to my mom. I was perfectly fine with like once something's gone, like for me, like buried, it's deaded, it's over. Like all the feelings are gone. But Nabil was actually the one that talked me into it. He was like, you're gonna like, because Nabil lost his dad too. He was like, you're gonna regret that. I was like, if she passed away, you regret trying, at least not trying to like mend that. And so like after like months of sitting on it, I finally like, reached out. But like I haven't heard from my mom like since at all.
At least you can rest knowing that if something happens, you tried.
Yeah, I tried. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like at the end of the day, that's why I have the tat that like family doesn't always mean blood, because my family life has always been not the greatest, and it's always been my friends that like I've felt like the closest to, and that like have me like no other.
Do you feel better knowing that your mom's back in New York?
I know she's not happy, but it's just like
Better than where she was before, though? Like,
I mean, at least like I know she's safe, but like there's so much like to that. Like I literally was on the phone with my sister the other day because it was my niece's birthday, and it's just like it is what it is. Like about like nothing's really. She's been back for a few months now, and nothing has changed. It's like you can't help someone that doesn't want to help themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like there's nothing I can do. Because when I called her that day, it was for her birthday. It was January fucking 22nd. I don't know what we did that day, but it was her birthday. That's why I called her. And like as soon as I talked, like she started crying. But I tried to buy her. I was like, "Let me buy you dinner tonight." She's like, "No." She wouldn't let me spend like any money on her because I'd already spent a lot. So like I had a dad that ain't shit, and then like because like when I moved down here, it was me. It was me betting on me. I had no fallback, so like
yeah. How big
anyone out
was
there,
your social? Like what was your main like income? Was it social media?
I was broke as fuck when I moved down here.
And why did you move here? Like
because I got the opportunity to live rent free because of Rise. Like Nick changed my. I will forever be thankful for that. Because without Nick, I don't know if I'd be in the position that I'm in. Yeah. So like that changed my life because I didn't have anything. Like I don't have a fallback. Even now, I don't have a fallback. My fallback is the relationships that I've built with friends that I know would like stick their neck out for me. But like when I moved down here, it wasn't like, okay, if this shit hits the fan. Like I got two supporting parents. Like nah. And that was like the fastest version of like the life story. Like that's just like there's so much more trauma and all other things that like happen that like I've just like learned to live with. Like through all that, it made me realize that like don't expect anything. And it's like bad because it's like it affects me in like every sense. Because like I don't expect anything because when you expect something, you just leave yourself up. I would always have these high expectations and I'd get hurt because I get let down all the time. So now I don't expect shit.
expect the worst, hope for the best.
Exactly.
Period.
All right, you want to say what you had said? You remember what you had saved up?
Oh, I didn't know it. I thought, why am I going first?
Because you already said it earlier.
Oh, no, I could say something else. This is what I was going to add to the toxic relationship thing. But I'll just end it on this. If a person, this goes for anything. This goes for friends. This goes for relationships. This goes for family. If a person truly values you, they will never put themselves in a position to lose you. So stop settling for people that give you the bare minimum. Guys, girls, it doesn't matter who it is. Know your worth.
Know your worth. Solid. And where can they find you, Trixxy, baby?
Oh, you can find me. You can find Trixxy, baby, at Trixxy19 on Instagram. It's 2 X's. And TikTok, I think it's 3 X's.
If you just type in Trixxy,
just type in Trixxy.
You'll
find me, baby.
Throw some X's in there. You'll be all right. All right, Grandma, what you got to tell the people, man?
Back to when we were talking about, like, going through, well, the whole podcast, I guess, going through hard things. If you go through it, you grow through it. I like that.
Heard that.
And you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Monica Rojas Fitness. And then I'm also going to sign out our friend Schuyler Reeves.
Yeah, Schuyler had to go.
Schuyler's end of the podcast is going to be, I'm a nut.
Ew.
And then...
Man. He's not going to be happy. He's not going to be happy.
Well, that's what he gets because he says it all the time. And you can find him on his socials at Schuyler Reeves on TikTok and then Schuyler Reeves on Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah, there it is. All right. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you got to figure out, once you figure out what you want to do, literally just like, if you believe in yourself, just chase that shit, bro. You will be amazed at the progress that you can make when you just like lock in. And maybe the circle's going to get smaller. You're going to cut some people off that are putting the doubt, but you get some people in your corner that you really fuck with and support you. You put your head down. The shit that you can accomplish in 6 months, in a year is out of this fucking world. All you got to do is believe in yourself. And fuck the noise.
Facts.
I appreciate the support. Support's been absolutely insane. You already know where to find me. And always remember, it's not that deep. Stand up.
Hell yeah.